Today I want to talk about self-determination. This is part of a series taking the principles of Kwanzaa and using them to move us forward in these times. Not symbolically, not as slogans, but as tools for living under the systems that benefit from telling us who we are and who we're allowed to be. Self-determination starts with a hard truth. Most of us, if not all of us, were given a label long before we ever had the chance to define who we are. That label might be worker, consumer, blue voter, minority, problem, threat, liability. It might all sound neutral. It might even sound flattering. But it was assigned by people who need us to fit it somewhere. Labels create walls. They tell us what paths are realistic and which ones are not. Who we are allowed to love, who we are expected to avoid, what kind of life is respectable, and what kind of life is considered irresponsible. They quietly draw borders around our imagination. You can see it everywhere. Someone who loves art is told art is not practical. Someone who questions authority is told to be realistic. Someone who loves differently is told to hide it or explain it. Someone who wants a slower, more human life is told they are falling behind. Those messages are not accidental. They keep people organized around the needs of power. Self-determination is the refusal to live inside those walls. It is about showing up as your authentic self, even when that self does not fit neatly into the roles that benefit oligarchs and institutions. And I'm going to be honest here, I'm over 40. I do not overlook the size of this ask. Changing course does not get easier with time. Responsibilities pile up, fear gets smarter, the cost of disruption feels high. This is not about flipping a switch overnight. None of this is perfect. Self-determination starts small. It can look like refusing to laugh at jokes that shrink you. It can look like naming what you actually want instead of what sounds acceptable. It can look at setting a boundary that feels long overdue. It can look like loving who you love without apology. It can look like letting yourself evolve without asking for permission. These are not dramatic acts, but they are powerful when practiced consistently. Because living inside the labels assigned by the oligarchs, assigned by the billionaires, means you are still orienting your life around them and their needs, around their definition of success, their timelines, their hierarchies. Self-determination breaks that orientation. It says that my life is not about a supporting role in someone else's dream. And that's not just personal, it's political. People who know who they are harder to manipulate, harder to divide, harder to scare into compliance. Communities made of self-determined people are dangerous to systems that rely on obedience and confusion. This is why self-determination is powerful. This is why self-determination is not optional. This is why self-determination is necessary. Pick one label you've been living under that no longer fits. Question it. Name it. Loosen its grip over you. You do not have to solve your entire life. You do not have to explain yourself to everyone. You just have to take one step towards being more honest about who you are and what you want. Do it imperfectly. Do it slowly. Do it anyway. Because every time you define yourself, you take a little power away from a billionaire that was counting on you not to. That is self-determination, and that is how we move forward.